Here at Global Footprints, our goal is to bring you some of the most amazing travel destinations and tips as you adventure around the globe. So, do subscribe to our channel and turn on that bell icon to add amazing new places to your travel bucket list. Earliest lists of the 7 wonders of the ancient world were made more than 2,000 years ago by ancient Hellenic tourists. Except for the Great Pyramid of Giza, those wonders no longer exist. They were destroyed by earthquakes, fires, and in one case, by an angry mob. Many other lists of amazing structures have been made since then. Here's a look at our list of the greatest man-made wonders of the world. Registan Square is arguably the most awesome single site in Central Asia. Registan is an iconic square flanked by 3 grand madrasas, each adorned with stunning mosaics, intricate tilework, and majestic domes. The 3 grand edifices are among the world's oldest preserved madrasas, anything older having been destroyed by the madrasa. The Registan, which translates to sandy place in Tajik, was medieval Samarkand's commercial center. The madrasas have taken their knocks over the years, courtesy of the earthquakes that frequently shaped the region. That they are still standing is a testament to the incredible craftsmanship of their builders. Officially, the Basilica Sagrada Familia, this famously opulent church in Barcelona, is the brainchild of the renowned Catalan architect Antoni Gaudí. With work starting on the church back in 1882, 137 years later, the Sagrada still remains unfinished. It is expected that the building will be completed in 2026. Built in the Art Nouveau and Gothic styles. The fantastical church has an impressive 8 spires and 10 that are yet to be constructed. This amazing building draws crowds of tourists with twisting turrets and surreal curves, while intriguing gargoyles make for something from another world and time entirely. Set in an absolutely epic location at the top of a hill in the center of the Lhasa Valley, Potala Palace has long been one of the most important monuments in Tibet. One of the winter residences of the Dalai Lamas, the striking red and white palace was erected in 1649, although earlier versions have stood in the same spot since at least the 7th century. The colossal edifice contains over 10,000 shrines, with more than 200,000 statues, thought to be dotted around its hallowed halls and ceremonial chambers. With towering mountains rising all around it, Potala Palace makes for an awe-inspiring sight and is an enduring symbol of Tibetan. A marvel of modern engineering, the humongous Hoover Dam blocks off the Black Canyon of the Colorado River and holds billions of gallons of water behind its colossal concrete walls. Built back in the 30s during the Great Depression, it towers 726 feet in height with exhibits and tours teaching you all about its incredible architecture. Now recognized as a National Historic Landmark, Hoover Dam has a profound impact on not just Las Vegas's development, but that of the country as a whole. Meteora, meaning elevated in Greece. Meteora is a jutting rock formation in northern Greece, a wild landscape made up of hill-like boulders that dominate the skyline. Part of what makes that magnificent landscape so amazing, however, are the monasteries that precariously cling to the rocks. Set on cliffs with staircases cut into the very stone itself, this religious site dates back to the 15th century, and some still welcome visitors to this day. The most famous of all, the Holy Trinity Monastery, porches an amazing 400 meters at the top of a natural rock tower and is a breathtaking sight to set eyes on. The Hiroshima Peace Memorial is one of the world's most thought-provoking places to visit. A powerful symbol of peace, it is a somber reminder of the devastation caused by the atomic bomb attack of 1945. The memorial is made up of the remains of the Gaku Dome, which is one of the few buildings in the city to survive the bombing. It also features the surrounding Peace Park. The surrounding park is a pleasant space to wander and features various monuments and sculptures dedicated to peace. To one of the most beautiful towns in Europe, Dubrovnik's old town is a red-roofed marvel that is asking to be explored. Its ancient city walls jump out to the Adriatic Sea, and its cobblestone streets hide a plethora of restaurants, bars, boutiques, and museums. Dating back to the 16th century, the stone walls boast Baroque churches and crumbling buildings. Built in 1573, Tikal Gate marks the entrance to the old town with its remarkable Renaissance arches. It's particularly beautiful when lit up at night, and the Dute cable car offers the opportunity to see the ancient streets of the city from above. With its gray temple tombs protruding through the lush canopy of the Guatemalan jungle, catching a glimpse of the ruins of Tikal is something truly special. A popular day trip from Flores, these remote ruins are dotted with pyramids, temples, and palaces. As one of the biggest archaeological sites in Mesoamerica, Tikal was the largest and most powerful of the Mayan cities around 600 AD. Don't miss the Temple of the Two-Headed Snake while you're here. As one of the tallest pre-Columbian structures in the Western Hemisphere, climbing to the top will treat you to incredible 360-degree views of the rainforest and beyond. The CN Tower is located in the heart of downtown Toronto and is Canada's most recognizable icon. The communication tower was built between 1973 and 1976 by the Canadian National Railway Company. Standing 1,815 feet high, it was the tallest structure in the world for over 30 years until it was surpassed in height by the Burj Dubai. A glass elevator takes visitors up to where they can look out from behind glass windows or from an outside observing area through a metal screen. At night, the lights from a distant Rochester in New York State are visible over the lake. Built in the late 1700s, the Brandenburg Gate is the only surviving city gate of Berlin. The gate is in the western part of Berlin and marks the entrance to Unter den Linden. Used as one of the Berlin Wall crossings, the gate became a site of protest during the division of Germany and a place of celebration when the wall fell in 1989. Today, it is fully restored and is the symbol of not only the turbulent history of the region, but also the reunification of East and West Berlin. Rising majestically from manicured gardens and visible from the bridges joining Abu Dhabi Island to the mainland, the Sheik Zayed Grand Mosque is an impressive welcome to the city. More than 90,000 tons of pure white marble from North Macedonia were used in its construction. With more than 80 marble domes on a roofline, is held aloft by 1,000 pillars and is punctuated by 4 minarets. It's a masterpiece of modern Islamic architecture and design. Open to visitors of all faiths, it stands as a symbol of peace, tolerance, and cultural diversity. Ever since it was built in 1406, the Forbidden City has dominated and defined the center of Beijing. The imperial home of emperors from both the Ming and Qing dynasties, it was from here that they ruled over their extensive empire. Set over a considerable area protected by a high wall and wide remote, the palace complex encompasses some 980 different buildings. These showcase lots of impressive Chinese architecture, with the Hall of Supreme Harmony and Palace of Heavenly Purity just 2 of its must-see sites. Since the abdication of the last emperor in 1925, the Forbidden City has become one of the most important sites in the whole of China. The Petronas Twin Towers in Kuala Lumpur were once the world's tallest buildings before being surpassed in 2004 by Taipei 101. However, the towers are still the tallest twin buildings in the world. The 88-floor towers are constructed largely of reinforced concrete with a steel and glass facade designed to resemble motifs. Found in Islamic art, a reflection of Malaysia's Muslim religion, the observation deck is located on the 86th floor. featuring views above the clouds to test your courage, then walk the double-decked sky bridge that travels from one tower to another. If you want to be an archaeologist, you need to put Sigiriya on your list of must-see places in Sri Lanka. This ancient city is built on a steep slope, topped by a plateau almost 600 feet high. This plateau is known as Lion's Rock, and it oversees the jungles below. The ancient rock fortress dates back to the 3rd century BC, when it was a monastery, and it was later turned into a royal residence. Access to the site is through staircases and rooms emanating from the lion's mouth. You'll also see ponds, gardens, and fountains. The locals consider the site the 8th wonder of the world. One of the most unique tourist attractions in the United States, the majestic Mount Rushmore is visited by millions of tourists each year. Carved between 1927 and 1941 into the side of the mighty mountain are the huge heads of 4 of the nation's most revered and respected presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. These famed figures respectively represent the nation's birth, growth, development, and preservation. At the National Memorial, you can not only gaze up in awe at the 18-meter-high sculptures, but also learn all about how they were carved and created at the Site Center Visitor Center.